Guys, how you doing? I'm outside watering and giving some fertilizer to my plants. All this rain makes your trees and your plants be lack of nutrients, so it's good to fertilize. That's my cat in the background that drives me nuts. Anyway, I wanted y'all to see what happened in a storm a while back. This is not a tree, it's actually a bush. I forgot what my dad calls it, like a hackberry or something like that. We live in Texas, and look at this. What happened? I don't know if the wind just did this with all the branches. See, the branch, it grows like a nut job. If you see the branches, like, oh, it's hard to see, but they just grow like in every direction. They don't grow like a beautiful oak tree does. This is like a bush. It grows in every direction. I've got to get somebody to come cut this down, on top of which it's growing on top of our house. I remember a few years ago, where is it? Can I see it anymore? No. There used to be a place on this tree where my dad was gonna cut. He started to cut it with like a pocket knife, and I go, "What are you doing, you crazy?" I was just joking with him. But I said, don't cut it down, it'll give us nice shade. But since just it was a beautiful, nice little small tree that gave us a little shade here. I have a little fig tree there and a couple of pretty flowers over here. And I thought it'd give us nice shade, and it did for a couple of years. But it is insane. I wonder if I can go over here. And look, it's so far down, it's hanging down. I have to trim all these branches yearly. What am I trying to tell you guys? What I'm trying to say is that your bushes keep getting bigger and bigger. This tree right here, that was this little bush, see this pink bush here? This is, I forgot what they call them. It's in the Bible, crepe myrtle. This tree has been this size for years, even though I fertilize it and stuff. It takes a long time to grow. This thing was the size of this thing a couple of years ago. And look at it, how huge it is. Let me see if I can back up. See, it's all the way up there. It's like 30 feet tall. Now, this same bush, hackberry or whatever it's called, is those in the back over there. They gotta be, let's see, between 30 to 40 feet tall. And they grow all right, except they grow all over the place. And I get an ant on me. And what happens is they are weak. They're bushes, so they're weak, and they grow all over the place, and they get out of control. And so anyway, what I'm saying is, fertilize your trees and your bushes, because they really need it right now. With all of the rain we've been having, they need to be strong. And you need to really maybe do a little trimming and see how easy, like one of my trees in the front yard, every time the wind blows, like a big storm or something, I have a bunch of branches that fall on the ground. And there's some kind of, and when I went to go bend it to kind of try to break it so I could put it in the trash can, I realized, my gosh, it just snapped. And that means that, and I looked at it, and the branch had these little holes in it, like the size of your fingertip. It had these little holes in it, and I realized it's got some kind of worms that's literally eating up the branches, so it's making them really weak. So anyway, I know money's tight these days for us all, but I guess what I'm telling you is, if you have a little money to get some people to trim your trees, or you got a neighbor with a chainsaw, get some things trimmed up, because our weather is about to get worse. I just saw a girl talk about that she lived in Alberta, Canada, and like in April they had snow, and it was supposed to already be spring. And this is another thing that I want y'all to see, how weird our sun is. That is not normal. And any of you guys have listened to my channel, you know that I think that there's a sun simulator up there, which there is proof of that. And there is declassified documents and patents on a solar simulator. The story that I got from a insider in the government said that in 1982, all of the governments got together and met somewhere. I think in Belgium. And all of those presidents and all of those people, all from every country in the world, got together, and these scientists said, Wormwood is on its way. Planet X is on its way. And it's going to mess our sun up, and we don't know how long it's going to take to do that, but we're going to be in a famine because once it gets close to our sun, it's going to start sucking energy. And although we won't have darkness right away, which there wasn't darkness that we had for 18 months, like, I don't remember if it was the 1800s. No, it was more like the 1500s or something. And the quote from the Emperor of China said, "What good is gold and pearls if you can't feed your..." Sorry, I got fire ants on me. He said, what good is gold and pearls if you can't feed your nation? Because they had no food. They couldn't even grow rice or anything because even if it rained, there was no sun. You have to have sun for plants to grow. So anyway, here is my fig tree that I planted, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. It was only like a couple feet high. This thing is like the height of me, which I'm 5'7". Now, if you look at it, it's so beautiful. It's all got its leaves. They're all facing a certain direction. And if you look, I can go around to the back, and none of the leaves are just on top. The whole plant, all of the leaves are up facing the direction of the sun. There is no sun over there, guys. Not that I can see. There's no sun at all. Now, this is direct south. That's southeast towards Israel and all of the commotion over there. And then the other direction towards our house, that way, is north. So this is northeast, and this is the direction that my beautiful fig tree is. The fig tree tells the truth. It tells the truth. So it is like, guys, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So the sun should not be high up in the sky. It should be already going. So it should be going this way. So why is the plant facing that way? Now, here's another thing that is really bizarre. I noticed years ago, my dad is one of those guys that the Christians say that they know the truth. All the Christians, the true Christians that know the truth, that listen to the Word of God, they know the truth about what's going on, and they try to tell people about it. Nobody wants to listen to them. They think they're stupid and they look like idiots. My dad he's an engineer, like a civil engineer. So that's all he's grown up on, is reading articles from Harvard and all these magazines and listening to all this crap from NASA. And for years he still believed it. And he's just now finally starting to realize that the rest of the world doesn't believe it. So why should I? But he's so dang stubborn. He wants to believe that he's right, and he's got such pride. And if he doesn't get rid of it, he's not going to make it to heaven. And I know that. And it's so hard to help people get rid of pride when they've had it their whole life. But anyway, so in the middle, my room is facing this side, the east. And so when I look out at night and I look across like this, because I always look for the moon and I always look to the east, and I tell Jesus, I love you, Jesus. At night, oh, well, the sun is up there, right above me. Whatever sun that is. See it? All right, so it just came out from behind a cloud just now. You can see how bright the yard is. But the sun, according to my fig tree, the sun should be over there. And so at night, when I go to sleep and it's like 10, 12 o'clock at night, when I look out here and I look for the moon or the stars or whatever, all the way over here to the southeast. That's the south. That's the east. This way is the east. That's southeast. It's like the corner. If you think of like everything a rectangle, that would be the corner of the earth, the southeast. Anyway, I see light. It looks like a dull glowing light right there, like as if the sun was there somewhere off way far away, and it gave a little glow. And my dad's like, oh, it has to be the glow of some city lights over there or something. And I go, well, how come we never saw that before? I've been out here, I've been living with him for 8 years, before 2017. And I believe somewhere around 2017 is when the solar simulator came about, and we may have had it way before that. But that's when Trump announced the Space Force. And why did he announce the Space Force? And Elon Musk was working with him and NASA. And Elon Musk had all these contracts. Why did he have all these contracts? Elon Musk says that he has 9,000 of those orb things, those drones in the sky. And those drone things can look like anything. He can group them together to look like a bigger thing. If you see a yellow and a blue and a green light flashing and it looks like a circle, he could group some of those together to look like a UFO for somebody. I'm not saying that we haven't built things that are probably some big ships out there, and they're going to try to show us some really big event coming really soon. But I just want you to remember, what you see is not what's always there. And there's an old saying that says, believe half of what you hear, believe half of what you hear and almost none of what you see, or something like that. So between hearing and seeing, you need discernment, which is in your heart, more than you need anything else. Well, anyway, guys, I love you so much. Water your plants. Get your trees trimmed quite a bit if you can, because when we have these big winds, your trees are gonna topple over. Why are your trees gonna topple over? Because this is what's happening. Your trees are supposed to have roots that go deep down into the dirt like that. But because our soil and our rain and all this stuff has been jacked up for so many years, the trees' roots are like this. They're just under the surface. And every time we get a good rain and you see this, cracks. See these cracks? Look, here is my oak tree. This is my beautiful oak tree. Love you, girl. And look at her roots, or his roots. The cats did that, the little stinkers. They're half reptile. I know they are. They're stinkers. But anyway, they're scratching on that, my poor baby. Sorry, baby. But look here. This is just the sun shining through. This stuff is just the sun shining through. But see, the roots are coming through the ground. They're coming up. Why are the roots doing that? And then look, it's cracking. Why is it cracking? Because when we had a good rain, the tree grew more, the roots grew more and stretched out thicker. And so they loosen the ground up, and that's why the ground looks like this. See? Okay, so so anyway, your trees have their roots up here instead of down here. So maybe some of the older ones still have some good roots down here, but a lot of them are up here. And so if we get a good wind, it's going to go like this. And the tree is going to fall on your house, on your buildings, on your neighbor's house, on your fences, or on anything else. So make sure you get them trimmed if you can. If you can get a roof done, get that done. If you need a new roof, get your fence in shape, and pamper your plants a little right now, because they're going through stress with us. I love you guys. God bless and take care. There's not a sun in the sky over there, and that's where my fig tree thinks that there is a sun, because it's looking for all of the rays of the true sun. Now, why can't we see the real sun? Because the real sun isn't as light as it should be. It may even be dim, because wormwood is behind it, pulling its energy. And we have so many particles up there that if there was a plane up there right now, a little bit higher up in the sky or whatever, we probably couldn't even see it. Or if there was a ship with cloud technology on it, we would look at it, we would see a cloud instead of a ship. Let me see, do I see any that even look like that? Well, there's one weird big one above me right here that's just standing here. And sometimes you just see clouds that look out of place. You know what I mean? I see them all the time, and on top of that, they have shapes. One time I did a video on clouds, and I was outside showing you clouds, and I got a bunch of views on it. For instance, like look at this guy right here. He looks like some kind of horse dragon thing. And you just have to train your eye to look. Sometimes I'll be looking up at the sky while I'm in the car driving, and I'll see something with a face. Like, there's one that looks like he's got a one-eye face. And the sun is right above me, and so if the sun is right above me, it should be 12 o'clock. And it's not 12 o'clock, it's like 3 or 3:30. And the other, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, I decided to go sit out in the sun and just get a little bit of sun on my, and get a little bit of color on me and get some of that vitamin D that's so good for you. And if you don't get out in the sun and you work a lot, please take vitamin D3 with magnesium before you go to sleep at night, because we don't have that in our body, and that's why our bones are getting weaker. And it also makes us, we can also get sick easier because we don't have that. That's like the best immune support we could possibly have is the sun. The sun makes the trees and the plants grow, and it keeps us healthy also. Now look at this guy. Doesn't it look like a face? Now how does that just happen? Clouds are supposed to move with the wind. They're not supposed to have like right angles and straight lines and stuff like that. That literally looks like, what's that Dr. Seuss thing? That's what it looks like, Dr. Seuss. So anyway, guys, I enjoyed talking to you. I love you so much. Oh, here's another one. Look at this guy. He looks like some kind of, look. How in the world does it make an eye? It looks like a lion or something. That wasn't there a few minutes ago. You tell me how that happens. Anyway, I love you guys. If you stuck to the end, say I love you too. And say that to everybody you see. Now here's another guy real quick. Last one, he's waving to you all, saying, see, I'm here. I am a false god. It says in Enoch that I think it's in Enoch or in Genesis, it says the giants' spirits will always be on the earth because they're half human. And they were big, ugly, horrible things. And he says, in times of war, they will appear like clouds. Why would God say that if it wasn't true? Look at that face. Look at that face. Sometimes you need to get your camera out and magnify it so you can really see what it looks like. I hope you share this with your friends, guys, and give me a like and subscribe. I don't post every day, but when I do, I always got something interesting. Keep informed. Love you. Prep a little, get some water and some food stored up for if you need it, and watch for if the skies have auroras all the way down to the south. I mean a lot, like the whole sky is pink, the whole sky is green and purple or whatever. That is a sign we're getting ready to have the 3 days of darkness. So be cautious and be aware. I love you. Take care.